G'day punters, welcome back to the MacBet Early Move, where each week we're previewing the feature race in Brisbane on a Saturday. Joining me, as always, professional punter John Mcleod. Bit of a media man at the moment, John. We've got a few different things going on.
Yeah. I see a few videos we're going to do over the carnival. Looking forward to it, really. Having a few chats with a few blokes, and I don't usually do this sort of thing. Smack heads with a few people to see what their opinion is and my opinion. I try to keep to myself a bit, but it'll be good.
Yeah, well, it's always been good, you and me, doing videos the last few years. I don't have much opinion at all on the racing, so you can sort of just go nuts. It's quite good. But
I can tell a lot of lies, a lot of truths, and nothing really goes.
I'll just nod away and just buy whatever you're selling, which is it's a good partnership. But so announced today on Twitter, Little Birdie, you and Tommy Turbo, the Windsor Weasel, you'll be getting involved with the Little Birdie boys there and doing weekly previews over the carnival. So that's really exciting. We'll get more details on that as we go. So that'll be good. And you've mentioned you're jumping on the Queensland boys show tonight, the racing show with Lurzy, Yob, and Matt.
Yes, the crew there, they're good fellas, sort of thing. We get down the track together and tell a few yarns, and it's good stuff. Like everyone's got a real different type of opinion. We all come from different angles of looking at horses, so it's going to be interesting.
Very, very good. And we'll just talk results quickly. Having a great run, really good the last week. Saturday in particular was quite good. Where are we at here? I'm just pulling this up now. In the last week, what have we done? We've picked up 28 units at 84% pot. Really, really strong stuff. We got good frad on Saturday. We did lose that junction protest, which you did go over in the video during the week. But yeah, happy with how everything's tracking, John?
Yeah, I like it, sort of thing. I probably, after the frad one, I sort of had intentions to push forward a little bit because we had them by the orchestras, so I was going to push forward, and I did a little bit, and then when junction hit us, I backpedaled a little bit, but it was good. The last winner at the Gold Coast was a nice result. That one, I think it was sent out around about the $5 mark and hit around $3.50 at the finish. And geez, when it found the lead, it was just all over. Geez, it's a nice horse, that one is going forward. He's going to be a better horse, ridden a little bit quieter. I think he just had to go forward just the way the track's playing down there. It's interesting how the Gold Coast track has just become very leaderish. They're finding it hard to make a lot of ground down there, and I don't know why, because it used to be when the rain came, you'd just come really wide. But it's been probably the last 3 out of 4, it hasn't been the case. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago it was down the middle, but the rest of it has been on pace.
Well, it's good, and the results have been better as well. I can tell you've worked the track out, because previously Gold Coast was sort of teetering a little bit as far as results go, but been landing a few punches there recently, which has been really, really good. And obviously, guys, we get the Gold Coast stuff is only available for the weekly and monthly guides on the site, but you can get the Metro meeting on our websites on a Saturday. And just while we're on results for the year, 210 units up, 19.6% pot. So really, really, really encouraging stuff there.
That's fantastic. That's really good. Really good.
For sure. And we're at Doomben this weekend. It's soft 6 with some clouds around. Rail in the 4.5 metre position. Where are we? How are we going to play this track?
Well, just normal Doomben on pace at the moment. I think 4.5 metres is probably isn't that fair range. It's the one that can give the midfield horses a chance. But you still got to look for horses in the prime positions up on the lead, depending on how fast they're going. It's going to really be a lot of tempo related. But again, rather look for horses, in the first 6. That's what we're looking for.
Okay, and we're going to focus on race 8 for our early move. I'm just going to quickly run through the market here. Simply Fly is $3.30, Kisakano $3.70. The next one there is Lord Olympus, $7, Andermatt $7.50. The rest are double digits. We'll start with the toppy, Simply Fly, Steph Thornton on board. You're rating it as a bit of a chance.
Yeah, I can't believe how good this horse went the other day. It just went like a bomb. The sectionals were good, and it's gave them 6 length start. I know the winner, well, he either shied at the post or shied at a shadow, or changed stride, one or the other, and it lost probably a couple of lengths in doing it. So Simply Fly got a couple of lengths closer than what it should, but geez, it was powering to the line, and it did something that I didn't think it could do. But the market has really found it. I think its run the other day might have been 3 or 4 lengths, or well, at least 3 lengths better than what it ever had gone. And I can get it to the market on that run. So, if you don't believe that run, or something's a little bit iffy about it, well, 3:30 is short. But it just all depends if they're running on in this race. If they're running on, it'll be powering. If the leaders are winning or up on the pace, well, then you can bet against it. So again, it's just one of those things. This race is totally dependent on how the track is. And, I won't be throwing a tip out, in this video. I'll just be telling you more or less what to look for in, and how the track's playing and which way to go, if the leaders are winning or the back markers are winning.
Okay, and we'll look at Kisakano, 370. Rod is on board. Currently on the sheet says best lay. So is it possibly unders at this point?
I think so. She had the perfect run the other day at Eagle Farm. Tycoon Evie, I think it was, that got her down and gave a 5-6 length start in a sectional that they were getting to the line pretty good. So either Tycoon Evie's gone like a bomb, or Kisakano's gone just average. And I just think Kisakano hasn't really come up. Her first up run wasn't, all right. Then she failed on the wet track, and whether she's just been knocked around by that wet track, it's a concern to me, especially with this gate. A few horses could kick up on the inside of her and make her work. So I just think, what the other day she had it soft. This one she's going to be working. So happy to bet around her.
Okay, yeah, I can see it is out of the top 4. The next 2 runners after Simply Fly, you've got Lord Olympus and Andermatt. Are they chances both around the $7.50 mark?
Yeah, Andermatt's a really interesting horse. I thought they put the blinkers on. I thought it would have trialled a little bit better than it did, though. And like a trial like its last 2 runs, which had been disappointing. Whereas I think it was its first up win this preparation. It looked a really nice horse. I'd be just letting drive at this if I hadn't seen the last couple of runs and just seen that first up run. I'd be saying this will just win and win easy.
Yeah,
and,
right.
But the 2 runs haven't been that crash hot since, and the trial when they put the blinkers on was a little bit, just fair to okay. You'll push forward in the right spot, I suppose, from that gate, but just wanted to see a little bit more. And now the other one, Lord Olympus, I can't believe what he did on it the other day. They said he was going to go forward, and he did, but it was a bad plan of attack. There's a lot of horses kicking up on the inside of him, and he had to keep on going. And so they must have thought there was no speed in the race, and the speed was there, and it struggled to get over to second and then just battle the way down the straight. It fought on all right. But I think this horse is a better horse, just ridden a little bit quieter. And if you can get to, say, midfield, he's going to finish off really strongly. So he's another horse. If they're not leading and winning, it's the one to be on, I would say. That's probably the one I'm looking to back at the moment.
Okay, and 4th pick is Zingalong, $19 market currently, and sort of got it rated around the $13 mark. Obviously, things going to change, but is that probably the roughie of the race?
Yeah, I think so. It just keeps on putting in. I thought it was a bit sore behind the other day in the yard, and I went off it. And just never stopped trying down the straight. A lot of horses, when they're sore behind, they can get out on the track and they warm up, and it's not too bad. And that's obviously what happened to it, because it went okay. It sort of still kept on fighting down the straight. It'll go forward. It'll get into a nice position. as I said, we've got it $13 and it's 19 at the moment. So, it's not out of the race, but trying to compare Zingalong with maybe Simply Fly and even Miss Canada, Lord Olympus and the Andermatt, there's a bit of a long bow there. It was the start. If you were saying Zingalong before it on its first up run, here this preparation, you'd say it's a 100 to 1 shot.
Right.
But the horse has improved out of sight this preparation, and he's not hopeless.
Very interesting. So as far as an early move goes, we'll probably sit on our hands this week. No sort of play.
Yeah, I think if it's on pace, it's a race I'll be staying out of.
Yep.
I'll be maybe throwing something on Zingalong at the odds. If they're running on, well, then I'm looking towards Lord Olympus and Simply Fly. They're the two power horses that are going to be getting home. And so if they are running on, that's the type of race that I'll be betting into. I'll be more happy to bet in this race if they're making ground. And that's the way I'll plan it.
For sure. And guys, if you want to get the updates on how the track's playing and how John is betting on course, get to macbet.com.au. Get yourself a weekly or a monthly subscription. Absolutely paying for itself this year as far as the early results go. And the late results have been really good as well. We actually need to start tracking those, I think. But it's just a funny angle on how we sort of want to do that. So I won't push too hard saying they're going great when we don't have numbers to back it up. But personally, I can definitely say it's been profitable following the stuff from the yard, and you probably be able to advocate for it even more, John.
Yeah, I think it's got to be better. It's better. I'm sure it's going better than the early ones. It's just a matter of if you are waiting for the audio. The markets in the morning can go off a little bit, so you just got to pick and choose. The bigger bets that we're having, it's more likely they're going to shorten. So you can probably back those early or put half on what you'd normally put on, and then wait for the audio, and then top up if we think it's okay. So that's really the way I play it. I have half my bet on in the morning, and then I put the other half on if everything's all good.
But if you're not with your phone all day and can't do that, guys, obviously the early stuff is strong. You're getting still winning at 19%. There's no knock there at all. Getting the price too.
No, that's right. Well, you are. That's the thing. You get the odds and go and play golf.
talk to the missus or something.
Well, I don't know. I can't talk racing to my wife. She doesn't know a bay from a grey, which is a good thing, I think.
I think that's great. Yeah, it's very good.
Turbo, he wants to find a jockey wife. He's desperate.
Jockey wife.
he wants it all in. I think you've got to separate the two. I think that's my opinion anyway.
I saw him swinging around Sheridan Tomlinson's goggles the other day. I know a lot of people mistake him for a female on Twitter, but I can tell you he's definitely not.
He must be able to hold his hands up, that bloke. He's going to fight tonight or in a couple of in some fight against for cancer or something like that.
Yeah, it's some fundraiser thing. I don't know how that all works, but I guess if you're really frustrated with jockeys, jockey boxing would be a pretty good thing to go watch, wouldn't it?
That would be a funny thing, is you're banging some jockey and then all of a sudden he puts his hand up and say, well, we'll get in the ring. The bloke who's bagging him has to get in the ring with him and see how they go. It'll have to be pound for pound, though.
Yeah, I don't know if John Mcleod and Robbie Fradd would quite be in the same weight class, to be honest.
He might even touch me up, but anyway.
South African strength. That's too good. All right, John. Well, good luck. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
All right, James. Cheers.